Welcome, and thank you for choosing this video tutorial about Blaise's control center. In it, we will show the different parts of this tool and how to use them. There are different ways to launch Blaise 5's control center. One way is by double-clicking a bsol file. This will start your selected Blaise solution. By default, Blaise will open your solution exactly how you had it when you worked on it last. All the files that were open will be open, and your cursor will be where you left off before you closed the control center. The second way of opening the control center is by clicking on the control center icon. In this case, the last solution you worked on is automatically opened. But if you tend to work on different Blaise solutions, this behavior isn't always desirable. You can change this setting by going to File, then choosing Options, to open the Blaise control center options. Under Startup, uncheck the box for Open Last Solution on Startup. All the settings in this window apply to the appearance and behavior of the control center, and take effect once you have clicked OK to close the Options window. The next time you start the control center, it will open to the Start page with the latest news we have published about Blaise. From here, you can now choose the solution you want to open. For this video, we are using the control center's default setup. The control center consists of three areas. The ribbon area, with quick menu items, is at the top of the screen. Panels hold different options for specific views and consist of a vertical panel on the right and a horizontal one at the bottom of the screen. Finally, the main window in the center of the screen is the actual workspace and has tabs to activate different views of a questionnaire. The control center is dynamic. This means that the screen changes when you click the tabs at the bottom of the main window. In Blaise, these are called views. Depending on which aspect or phase of a questionnaire you are working on, the screen reveals a different set of tools. For example, when we switch from the layout view to the source view, we see that the main window's ribbon now holds a different set of quick menu items. The vertical and the horizontal panels have changed as well and offer different settings and overviews. We will explain the other views later in the video. The vertical panel on the right-hand side has different tabs. These tabs vary depending on your chosen view. In the source view, the Solution Explorer is your default tab. The horizontal panel below the main window has four tabs. The first tab is where you can see if your source code or layout instructions are creating errors. The Output tab shows feedback on what Blaise is doing in the background. The Reference List tab shows special search results. For example, you could search for all references to your info field. All found references of a specific field name then appear in the reference list. The Find List tab is for further search results. If you use Ctrl and F to search for any text, for example person, you can choose to search within the active document, the project, or the entire solution. The search results then appear in the Find List tab. The control center's workspace is customizable to your needs and preferences. For example, you can change the size of an area or collapse areas. You can also open multiple windows, then dock them. This is useful when you want to see two files next to each other. You can also easily close any of your windows. If you prefer having the Views tab at the top of your main window, you can click on the O icon on the right side of the Views bar. The Unpin icons on the right side of the panels will collapse a panel into a tab. You can hover over the tab to see the panel again and repin it. This is useful if you are working on a small screen or if you only want specific panels visible at all times. If you don't need one of the tools in the panels, you can close it altogether by clicking on the X. To reopen it, go to the Home ribbon and choose the tool from the Tool Windows drop-down. As mentioned earlier, the Blaise control center is dynamic and changes according to your chosen view. The source view is where you write and edit your source code. At the bottom right of the main window, a drop-down menu lists all the sections in your source code. Choosing one allows you to quickly navigate to that section. This is especially useful if you have a questionnaire with many lines of code. Your Solution Explorer contains shortcuts to common actions that apply to the chosen project file. Right-clicking on a file will offer further actions. Your horizontal panel offers an overview of messages regarding your project's files. 3 tabs filter the messages by errors, warnings, and general information. Your Layout view opens Blaise 5's Layout Designer, a tool for editing your questionnaires' appearance. The main window shows what your questionnaire currently looks like. You can change the visual presentation of your questionnaires' pages to the page's actual size, or to fit to the screen. You can also use the scroll bar to adjust your view of the page in the main window. The left side of the main window offers a structural overview of your questionnaires' pages and respective fields. Clicking on a page will reveal it in the main window. You can toggle between a visual view of all pages or a structural one. The Custom Pages tab shows you all the pages that don't contain fields, like your intro and error pages. The crumb bar at the top of the main window lets you navigate between the layout specification, instructions for a mode, layout sets, and parts within a questionnaire. Opposite the crumb bar is another way to navigate between pages. You can skip through pages using the arrow buttons, or you can enter a page number to jump straight to it. This is the fastest way to navigate a questionnaire with many pages. In the vertical panel, the Properties tab is the default for the Layout Designer. This is where you can edit the layout for a chosen layout set. The other tabs are the Template Explorer and the Instruction Explorer. The Template Explorer is where all the templates used by this questionnaire are listed according to their position on the page. The Instruction Explorer is where you can see which layout instructions you have applied manually, per field, group, or block in your data model. The Meta view is for the meta information of a questionnaire. A variety of meta tools are now in the ribbon area. For example, you can view the hierarchical tree of all the sections defined in the data model, or view the structure of how the data is stored in the database, or check the list of the statements that control the flow of the data model. The button for the statement graph activates the test record generator. The statement graph also opens a graphical view of the routing statements in your questionnaire. Double-clicking on a statement expands it. The Settings view is where you can find all the settings for the questionnaires' behavior during data entry. The tabs offer options for you to establish or edit settings. Here you can decide how your questionnaire behaves during startup or during data entry, how Blaise should interpret the rules, and how you want to define user sessions and the audit trail level. You can also create new settings and rename or delete existing ones. The Move Up and Move Down buttons let you set the priority of your settings by changing the order. The buttons in the data entry template area allow you to save or reuse your settings in different projects. The Blaise Control Center can offer additional tools, depending on the settings of your questionnaire or the file you have opened. The CARI View is where you specify your CARI settings. It is only visible if a data model uses computer audio recorded interviewing. Here you can add, delete, or edit settings, like when to take a screenshot. Another view in the Control Center is the Data View. You open it by clicking the BDIX file in the Solution Explorer, or by using the Home ribbon and selecting Browse Database. The Data View is where you can adjust how Blaise stores the data and where. This view opens 2 tabs in the main window, the Data Interface Designer and the Data View. The Data Interface Designer is where you view and edit your table structure, delete table definitions, create new database objects, or delete them. The Data Interface Designer also offers a wizard to set up how you want to store the data. The Data View tab shows an overview of your collected data. In the vertical panel, you can choose to include different information from the database. The ribbon area is where you can reveal Blaise's aggregate data. The final view we want to show in this video is the Dialogs view. You need a Manipula project and a Manx file to open this view. If your Manx file includes a process statement like ours here, then the Dialog view opens two tabs, Source and Dialogs. This process statement is what creates the possibility to work with dialogues that allow user interaction. Without it, your main window contains only the source view. While the Source tab holds the script of your Manipula setups, the Dialogs tab offers a visual view of your dialogues similar to the Layout Designer. This is where you set up the general appearance of your dialogues and the fields you've created in your Source tab. On the left, a drop-down list lets you choose which dialogue from your script you want to work on. In the vertical panel, you can now, for example, change the dimensions of your chosen dialogue. You can customize the layout further by using the Customize Page button. This opens a Resource Editor style window in the Control Center that provides you with many of the Resource Editor's functions. This summarizes the most important features of the Control Center. There are many more tools and features for the different views that allow you to configure even the smallest details of your questionnaire. Check the help for further information and use the comments below to tell us which feature you would like us to explain in the next tutorial video. We hope you found this video helpful and thank you for watching.